Thanks, LaBear. You know, last week I went out for tea with LaBear and he tried to order penne tortellini. We all had to laugh. He's such a duffer. Now we're going to the review of No More Heroes. Check it. This is a review for No More Heroes by Grasshopper. Now this game uses a graphical technique called cell shading. The Japanese pioneered this technique, and one of my all-time favourite games uses this graphical effect, and it's called Jet Set Radio, and it came out originally on the Dreamcast. It came out on the Xbox too. It had a slightly different name. I'm not an expert on anything Xbox. Now, you play as Travis Touchdown, and you play the role of an assassin, and your aim is to be the #1 assassin. You go up in ranking when you kill an assassin. Now, in order to kill an assassin, you've got to earn money in little sub games. Some of them are combat based. Others, when you just do a job, are fun little things like filling up cars at a petrol station or picking up coconuts. I had good fun with these little games, but the best fun in the main game, which I mean by that the combat in the game, which is you're prompted on screen to swing the Wiimote in a certain direction, and if you do it correctly, Travis Touchdown defeats your enemies with a freaking big sword. Now you get around the city on a bike. I found that sort of frustrating at first, but then I found the turbo button, and it's really cool. And you can just slam through lamp poles, and you actually have a bit of fun while you're driving around getting to the next boss. Now the bosses are really cool. I can't remember the last time I had such a cool time trying to defeat the bosses. Really nice little story background, but that doesn't get in the way of the game, of the bosses, and really well designed. Great stuff. Now some of the humour in the game will come out in the storyline when you try to kill the bosses, and some of them like popular culture references, and sometimes I think the Japanese understand American popular culture, well, definitely in games, better than the Americans. I was laughing my head off with some of the stuff in this game. I really love the reference to Duke Nukem Forever on the last boss. Really top stuff, and it's an element of the game that I really loved. And I give this game 84.2 We Imago Goddess stars. Now I just want to end the review with a bit of a rant. There's a little video game show in Australia. It's called Good Game. You can actually download it from the net if you want to have a look at it. Now these guys from Good Game used to go on my favourite music station. It's called Triple J. But whenever they went on this station, the host would be like, you know, I'm too cool for video games, and would dismiss the guys and not really give them, you know, a fair go. Now this neo-fucker host thinks he's too cool for video games And it's not just this example, I'm just using this as an example. All forms of media dismiss video games as just trash with no artistic merit, and it's not fair. Now, I'm not saying that No More Heroes will change your life, but it's not without merit. It might be, say, the equivalent of Pat Benatar in the music world. But that's not to say that the game can speak to you. I love Okami. It has recently been released for the Wii, and I haven't played the Wii version, but I can recommend it without playing it. I played through it on the PS2. The story is probably your typical bad man comes every 100 years, good person saves planet, world, town from destruction. But it's just done really well. And the storyline at the end really made me think about a couple of things. Now, it's no good having a great story with no game. It's just a basic action adventure done really well, and the graphics are beautiful. And stuff like this is just ignored as trash by the neo-fuckers, including the neo-fuckers at Triple J, my favourite music station. Now, music isn't my biggest passion, but if these dicks have this sort of a hierarchy with their art, and they're quite willing to have, you know, the Strokes on, but at the same time they can have someone like Lily Allen, who's not exactly pushing the boundaries, and they treat her like a queen. Sort of what... Now, when Nirvana was cult and not popular, would the same person at Triple J consider them more artistically meritful, if that's a word, after they become popular? You know, why isn't it, oh, Nirvana, that's just pop? And I saw a doco about this. I think it was either by Ween or Weezer, and he spoke about it, how ridiculous it is to set this sort of ladder where you've got maybe PJ Harvey, then down the ladder's Hole, and then at the bottom is the Veronicas. It's really kind of stupid. And then putting, you know, video games below comics, below music, below art is just ridiculous. Anyway, there's my rant. And we're going back to the studio. Buy No More Heroes, it's a piece of art. Okay, that was No More Heroes, cool game. Check it out. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of time in this episode, so the last half of Chef LeBeur will not be used and will roll over into the next episode. It's good for me because my job next couple of months will be a lot easier. Thanks for tuning in, and bye.